let's jump into the Silver Lining segment hosted by our positivism influencer, Stephene Klein. How are you, Stephene?
Hi, Blanca. I'm doing amazing. So happy to be with you this week once again with your True Oldies 95.9 audience and your Laws of Life audience.
So what is the philosophy in your mind this week, Miss Stephene?
So, Blanca, as we are about to finally say goodbye 2020 and hello 2021, I definitely wanted to focus this week's conversation on how we can achieve more happiness in our lives in 2021.
I love it. One of my favorite topics is finding the joy. So what is your prescription for happiness?
What's so interesting, Blanca, because literally every single week here on the Silver Linings segment, we really have focused on how important it is to stay positive in that positive mindset, to be optimistic as much as possible. I know our realists are also have a valid place in this world. But really the optimism is so important, and really when you're facing challenges and adversities, to look for the silver lining. What is the positive in that situation? Because it really does, Blanca, help you to it really helps you to be flexible, okay, and to be able to be stretched like a rubber band, but not to pop, meaning you don't want to break, right? We want to be flexible and amenable, and we want to move through these things with grace and ease, which is where we get the resilience factor from, right?
100%.
Yeah.
I like the analogy, we want to be flexible, but not too flexible. So what are some concrete tips on how to find this happiness?
Okay, Blanca, today I want to share with everybody, I have a great friend of mine who is an amazing licensed psychologist. Her name is Dr. Diane Abdo. And Dr. Diane Abdo actually has courses on the keys to happiness and the happiness tree. And literally, you know what one of the best things about the situation with COVID that happened this year, Blanca, is the fact that we now get to do telemedicine across state lines that we never ever had before. So if there's one amazing thing about this whole situation, it's that we now have approval. All of our doctors, they can do telemedicine. And so Dr. Diane Abdo does telemedicine, and also she has courses that people could participate in. With that being said, Blanca, some of the things that Dr. Diane Abdo recommends through her Keys to Happiness, other than what we, of course, have already spoken about, is really making sure that we respond versus react. And being consciously mindful of how we respond, and making sure we're responding in a healthy way versus reacting.
That is a great piece of advice. I mean, that's a phenomenal law of life. I can tell you right now, I'm putting it right into my playing deck of the cards of life. Brilliant.
Yes.
Respond, because when you react, you respond too quickly. A reaction is an exaggerated, expedited, accelerated response, whereas a response necessitates more thought and more strategy. Agree or disagree?
Absolutely agree.
Okay.
Yes. Another one that we love here on Fired Up with Blanca is really having a strong sense of gratitude. And, I think it's a perfect time to infuse, because it's the full moon, it's the end of the year, we're almost to the beginning of the year. It's a great time to infuse more and more gratitude into our daily practice, because gratitude is one of the most profound, if not the most profound attribute that you could possess in order to tap into a wealth currency. Did you hear that?
I'd like to hear it again because it was very complex.
Okay, so gratitude having a strong sense of gratitude not only is a key to happiness that Dr. Diane Abdo outlines, also it is a known fact that gratitude is the direct attribute needed to tap in to the wealth currency.
Okay. Well, I'm a massive believer in gratitude, and I'm just saying. I mean, every single day, I think the employment of gratitude is pretty important to finding the joy. But what is the wealth currency as you define it?
Okay, so a wealth currency is really the frequency and vibration of wealth creation, of prosperity. So when we're moving about in our lives, when we are focused on giving thanks and focused on what we do have versus what we don't have, when we're giving thanks for all that exists in our life in that moment, and then we're saying, and I thank you for more happiness, more joy. So you're you're using your affirmations plus gratitude combined.
Oof.
It's super powerful. So when you're saying thank you for the joy that I'm experiencing now and for more joy that I'm experiencing in the future, you're literally tapping into a frequency and a vibration that's going to set you on a path. Everybody listening, it will set you on a path to where everything that you're experiencing is more positive and more positive and more happiness and more joyful. So it really truly is the more that you create these healthy habits.
Yes.
These are your keys to happiness.
I think they are. I mean, one of the accomplishments for 2020 is that I did meditate every single day this year. I did implement affirmations as a part of the agenda while I'm doing my morning exercise. There's the meditation segment, there's the affirmation segment, there's the exercise segment. But I will tell you, this weekend, just on a quick personal side note,
I love it. Tell me.
I was playing a game of pickleball, and I went too aggressively for the ball. I was really warmed up, and I was like, I've got this. I'm going to the Olympics. I'm going to be an Olympian pickleball. I went for the ball, that unreachable ball. My entire back snapped and went out. Wow. I fell to the ground. And the first thought that came to me was, why didn't I thank God for spinal health this morning? Let me tell you, you got to say thankful for your health every day.
Exactly.
Because when that back is out, you're MIA.
Exactly.
And God, prayers to everybody out there that's not feeling good, and prayers to everybody that something's not working. But let me tell you, it really made me realize I have to say thank you that I have sight, that I have my senses, that I have my, one of these things goes out, it's a real problem.
Right, Blanca. And what is so amazing about this experience that you just recently had with your back in the pickleball is while you were down.
Yeah.
Okay, it could have been super easy to focus on, oh my God, woe is me, I'm in so much pain, this is miserable life. However, I'm sure because of all of your continued mindset practices that you've already put in place for 2020, I'm sure you were like, okay, now what are the positives from this happening? And like, what did this teach me? And what did I learn? And then as soon as you probably worked through that, what you learned or what you were acknowledging and recognizing, just like you said, being grateful for our health, then I'm sure right after that you got better.
I actually did get better, and as I was resting from the injury, as I was icing and heating, and I said, boredom is a good thing. Like just to not be in pain is a good thing.
Exactly.
We don't need so much entertainment all the time. Figure out, and I say the mind is our playground. Let's be a little bit more grateful of all the things that we can learn. Anybody that says you're bored, stop. Go out and learn a new language. Go out and learn a new craft. Go out and learn a new recipe. Do something to self-educate.
Exactly.
Something.
And I love what you said, Blanca, about, really recognizing that there are a lot of people that are in pain. And it's not funny when somebody's in pain. I know earlier this year I had a minor back injury myself. I was in
you did.
I was in excruciating pain, and it was not fun at all. And I know for sure I did every single thing that I could possibly think about doing from a holistic and integrative perspective to actually get back on track. And every single day I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that I am not in pain and that I'm in good health.
But that journey with your back sort of fired up this whole beautification journey.
It did, actually. See, there's so many silver linings. Blanca, I'm sure we don't even have time to go down that road. However, you are absolutely on point. It is so true. Had I not had that injury, it wouldn't have I wouldn't have probably been where I am today, feeling as amazing as I do. I mean, I feel better than I have in 3 or 4 years.
It's like a diamond that can't, literally, you've always been a shining, bright star, Stephenie, and the way that you bring your positive energy and the commitment that you've made to the community to be a positivism influencer. Even when you had back pain, you were in here with the smile, spreading the joy. So, I mean, can you believe that we are wrapping the first season of the Silver Linings segment? The second season starts next week.
Yes.
What is your vision for 2021 Silver Lining?
Well, for 2021 on the Silver Linings, Blanca, this is a great question. For 1 minute, let me talk about this. Everyone listening.
We're listening. The world is watching.
Listen up. In 2021, I really feel that everyone is going to start to really understand how powerful we as Americans, as people, as human beings, if we collectively will tune in and tap in and believe in the prosperity, that there is limitlessness of prosperity. I believe this country can really go. I mean, let me just tell you, Blanca, in regard to universal basic income, in my mind, there's no reason, if we were collectively in tune and tapped into that prosperity consciousness, that we absolutely could have universal basic income. What about $2,000 stimulus checks? That just got rejected. We are so happy for the $600, but let me tell you, there are people saying that we can't afford $2,000 as a country in stimulus checks. Well, guess what, Blanca? When you are tuned in and tapped into prosperity consciousness, you absolutely can. So for 2021, I say prosperity consciousness, we can do this. And also, Blanca, I'm going to come in. The feminine divine energy is raising like it's never risen before. So yes,
is it?
Yes. So we've seen all of these women coming into Congress and breaking through the glass ceiling more than they ever have before. And guess what? I'm here to tell you, we're about to see it like we've never seen it before. Women and our feminine, soft energy is going to be celebrated and acknowledged and really lifted up.
Wow, it's interesting you say that, because I did have a vision this morning that I want to interview, some more female entrepreneurs as well. I mean, there's a mix of all, but I did get that. I actually got a little message about that this morning. So it's interesting that you're reconfirming that. So let's continue promoting that beautiful feminine power, empowerment. Let's keep supporting one another. And I think that's what your segment truly is about, empowerment through positivism.
Yes.
And I'm really excited to see what more you have in store for us for 2021.
Well, I'm excited to be with you here as we start the second season of the Silver Linings next week. And before we go, I just wanted to just give everybody Dr. Diane Abdo's website. It's Dr. Diane Abdo, A-D-A-B, drdianeabdo.com. You can reach out to her if you're interested in learning more about the keys to happiness, or
Nice.
The heart of happiness, or even the happiness tree. She has a lot of phenomenal courses. She is one of the most stellar human beings that I've ever met in my whole life.
That's amazing. And what if somebody wants to connect with you, Stephene Klein? How can they do that?
Yes, Blanca. If someone would like to connect with me, I would love that. That's how Vera got to me.
There you go.
For 2021, I have open arms.
All right.
I am definitely open to receiving anybody that wants to connect in a super positive way.
Cool.
stepheneklein.com. Stephene Klein across all social media platforms. On Instagram, Stephene Klein Official. My name is spelled Stephene. Very important. I'm the only one.
Perfect. That's perfect.
And it's 561-609-2447.
So if you'd like to be a guest on the Silver Linings segment, or connect, network, or schedule a meeting with Stephene, you can feel free to do that. That's part of the magic of Fired Up with Blanca. Well, Stephene, I wish you a very happy, very healthy new year, and thanks for being with us tonight.
You as well. Thank you, Blanca.